everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to apply loose glitter. I do see this asked quite a lot, like on different pages that I'm on and stuff like that. So I just thought I might show you because I do use glitter in my videos a lot, but I have noticed that a lot of the time it is with acrylic because obviously it's much easier to encapsulate. Well, not easier, but I prefer encapsulating glitter in acrylic, but not everyone works with acrylics. So I thought it'd be handy to show you how you can do different application methods with gel polish. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways. Obviously this isn't the only 3 ways you can do it, and something that works for you might not work for somebody else and vice versa, so you just need to have a little play around. And all of these like different methods give different effects as well, so it all depends on what you're going for, on whether it's what you want to do or not, so bear that in mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint the base layers. I just wanted to explain why sometimes the colours will be different. So for the first nail, I am going to be applying platinum. I'm going to be using Dazzle Me as the glitter of choice for this video. This is what it looks like. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. It's absolutely amazing. I love this glitter. That is obviously from Sparkle Supplies UK. You can get discount from there with my discount code, which is always in the description box. So I'm going to be using Platinum from Gel Perfection, and also Snow Angel from Gel Perfection, and Blackout. So the first nail is going to be 1 layer of Platinum, and then once that comes out of the lamp I'm going to pop a layer of Snow Angel on, but I'm going to leave Snow Angel wet, and then you'll see why when it comes to it. But basically for this method that I'm about to show you first, it's always best to have a similar colour underneath the glitter, because if there is any areas on the nail that like there is a tiny gap where like the glitter didn't get, or you know, just something like that, or if a bit of the glitter over time on your client or yourself or whatever wears off, it won't be such a big deal because the colour underneath is similar to what's on top. So if there is a piece of glitter missing somewhere, it won't be an issue because no one will be able to tell. I hope that makes sense. It will make sense like when it comes to it, and I've actually showed you what I'm going to be doing. So anyway, I'm just going in with a coat of Blackout on the second nail, just getting it ready for when I get to this nail. As you can see, Blackout from Gel Perfection is super black. Like, it's absolutely amazing. I know that the base is white, so it's going to be better, but honestly, Blackout is really, really good. So for this one, I'm going to leave it, like I'm going to pop it in the lamp and let it cure. But for the third one that's going to be Blackout, I'm going to need it to be wet gel. So I'm just going to leave that one for a second, just while we do this one first with Platinum. So with this nail, like I said, I am going in again with another coat of polish. So I'm going in with Snow Angel this time, which is basically still a silver glitter, but it's a chunkier one, and it's actually like really, really close, to be fair. Well, as far as like gel polishes go, obviously it's difficult to get the loose glitter look from a gel polish, but as far as gels go, this is very similar to the glitter that I'm going to be applying, which is why I have chosen this one. So that is what I've done. I'm going to leave this wet, and what I'm going to be doing is pouring Dazzle Me over the top of this nail. So it is going to make a little mess. So you do want to try and obviously catch the excess. So I've got this little dip tray here to catch it. Obviously usually it would be much easier to not make a mess with an actual nail, but because it's a display tip it's pretty difficult. I'm going to tap that off, and you wouldn't be turning the client's hand upside down, of course. So I'm just literally sprinkling that over, tapping off any excess, and then before I pop it in the lamp, I'm just going to, obviously you should have gloves on, but I'm just going to pat the sides to make sure that there isn't any sticking out, because if there is any sharp bits that like are sticking out and stuff, it's going to irritate your client. So you want to make sure that it's all nice and neat. Then at the end, obviously it is wise to go in with a file, but I'm just going to also tap down on the top to make sure that all of the glitter is lying as flat as possible, and then this will make encapsulating afterwards much easier, and it will just all be much smoother instead of having big lumpy bits to get rid of. I'm just going to give it one more tap if there's any loose bits that just don't want to be stuck. And then as you can see from the side, it's not super bumpy. There is obviously raised areas, but that's bound to happen. But there we go. So I'm going to pop that one in the lamp. And then once I've finished pouring this in here, I can just take out that top bit and just pop that back into the pot. So I'm not wasting lots of glitter. You can also use glitter triangles and stuff like that for this method. They will work just as well. Okay, so once that is out of the lamp, I'm going to get a brush and just dust off any excess pieces of glitter that are not actually attached or adhered to the gel, because then when it comes to top coating and encapsulating, it's not going to contaminate your gel brush quite as much. And there we go, just make sure you've got enough off as possible. Look how beautiful this glitter is, honestly. If you don't have this, you need it. It's just stunning. So once I've done that, I like to go in with Gel Perfection's Super Gloss, which is basically their rubber top coat, so it's nice and thick. If you don't use a gel brand that has a super thick top coat, then you can go in with clear builder gel or just anything like in that sort of region, like a clear gel. I'm going to go over the top. Obviously, if this was a super chunky glitter and there was much more like pieces sticking up and things and it was much more rough, I would recommend definitely going in with clear builder, being able to make like a thicker surface. But this isn't the only coat that I'm going to apply, so I'm just going to apply this liberally, but obviously you want it to be able to cure, so you don't want to go too thick, because you don't want to mess about with the ability of it curing or anything. So just pop in a coat, making sure to cap the free edge as well to seal in that glitter, and then you can turn it on the side and have a look at the thickness. Like you can see it's not really thick, and you can also see that there's not really any bits sticking up as much either, which is really good. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp for a full cure, and then when it comes out we're going to be buffing it. So I'm going to get a buffer and we're just going to make sure that it's all nice and smooth, and then when you touch it, it's nice and smooth and you're not really sticking up bits or anything. And then just top coat with my normal top coat, which will be Diamond Gloss, which is obviously just their normal no wipe top coat. It's not a rubber off or anything. It's not like a rubbery one or anything like that, any thicker than normal, because we won't need to, because we'll have made sure that it's nice and smooth from the start. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch the surface and see if there's any areas that like are quite clearly bumpy or lumpy. So I don't know if you can see here, but there is a couple of bits that are quite sharp there. So I'm just going to make sure to focus my attention on the areas that really need it. Get those nice and smooth. Also file like your side walls and free edge area to make sure that there's no overhang of glitter or anything like that. Also check underneath, because sometimes glitter can slip underneath the free edge and it's really irritating when it gets caught on stuff for the client. So I am just going in with this file because I'm too lazy to get up and go and get a buffer, but if you do have a buffer then that will work fine for this, because at this point obviously it is quite smooth anyway. We just want to make sure that it's as smooth as it can be. And then once we've finished buffing it and making the surface like good enough and rough enough for another layer of top coat to stick, we'll just go in with our second coat of top coat. You don't want to go too crazy with this step and end up filing off that coat that you've just applied and then filing off your glitter, because then that's obviously just going back a step and it'd be a bit silly. But so just make sure that you are careful enough to not go through the top coat, but also you are making sure that everywhere is nice and smooth. So I've just ran my finger along it and everything is lovely and smooth, which is great. I'm then just going to go in with a lint-free wipe or a cotton pad or whatever. And I'm just going to make sure that all the dust is removed. I'm also just going to re-stick it onto the tip stand thingy, because they come loose really easily when you're filing. So I'm just going to dust off any excess dust, make sure it's nice and clean. And then all there is left to do with this nail is top coat normally. So I'm just going to get Diamond Gloss this time. And then it's just a normal layer of top coat like you would normally top coat anything. I've got cotton all over it now because I used a cotton pad. But there you go. And that is really, really smooth. You can see it from all angles. It's super smooth. There's no sticking up bits, nothing that's going to get caught on anything. Super, super beautiful. Okay, so that's option one of how you can apply glitter. And then option two, we're going to be using this layer of black. So this time I'm going to be mixing some glitter with some gel. I like to mix it with base coat, mainly because base coat is faster curing than anything else. Majority of base coats don't require as long a cure as any other types of gel. So that's why I like to use base coat, because I don't like waiting around for it to cure for long. So it works well for me. So I'm just going to get tool, like just a cuticle pusher. I'm just going to pick up some glitter and pop it into the wet gel. You want to make sure that the consistency is right with this one, because if it's too, like if there's too much glitter in it, it'll be really difficult to move it around. Then if there's not enough glitter in it, then it'll just be really runny and you won't obviously have a lot of glitter in. So you need to just get the happy medium. So once you've done that, I'm then going to get a brush. So this is the nail that I cured earlier, and then I'm just going to get a brush. You can use any gel brush for this. Well, you can use any brush at all really. You can also use like nail art brushes. So if you're using a finer glitter, you could mix a finer glitter or a chrome with the gel polish as well, and then you can use a brush to apply that. So you can apply it in lots of different ways. It's totally up to you. I am literally just going to brush it on just for the purpose of the video, like just to show you that you can literally just brush it on. Obviously it depends what sort of look you're going for. Like if you want a full coverage look, then I would go with the first method of applying glitter. If you want a glitter fade, then this is a really good way to do it, because you can like apply some at the top up here, and then you can always go into your actual pot of glitter as well to pick up some more, and then apply that into the wet gel sort of thing. So you've got a bit more density at the top, and then as you pick up your glitter and like drag it down, you'll be able to do a fade as well. So that's one way of doing a really easy glitter fade. But yeah, I do wipe off my brush quite often, because obviously it is coming into contact with wet gel, so it's going to get a bit clogged up eventually. But this is a really good way of like packing quite a lot of glitter on, but also being able to see the colour underneath, but also being able to get everything nice and flat. So there's not any like buffing to do at the end really, because you're literally just pushing the glitter into the gel that you've applied. So I'm just doing that now, and then you'll look at it from the side. You can see if there's any bits where there shouldn't be, or if there's any sticking up, making sure there's none in my brush if I don't want any more. And then I'm just going to go around making sure it's all nice and flat, and then when we've cured it, all we need to do is top coat, because it's just a single layer of glitter. It's not like when you've sprinkled it and there's glitter on top of glitter in lots of layers, so it's quite thick. It is literally just a single layer. So that's what that one looks like. I've just used it on black just so you can see it a lot clearer. So I'm just going to pop that into the lamp, and then all we need to do with that one literally when it comes out is just top coat. You can also do the method that I've just said and like top coat and then buff and then top coat again if it is thicker than you want it to be, which is absolutely fine as well. But I found that with this method, usually because you're able to manipulate where you actually want the glitter and get it really flat before you cure it, you can obviously do all that, and then you don't have to mess about as much at the end. So yeah, that's number 2. So I'm not going to like wait for this to cure and everything to go on to the last one, because all I've got to do with that one is top coat it. So next up we've got our third and final, well not final, obviously there is other ways, but this is the last one that I'm going to show you how to do. So this time I'm going to pop a layer of black on the nail, obviously making sure that it's nice and thin when working with black, or any gels really, but mainly black, because it is really easy to wrinkle up a black because they're so pigmented, especially the Gel Perfection one. Like, it is so black, it is actually crazy. It's definitely the best black gel polish I've ever used. It's insane. And also makes chroming really easy, because it doesn't really cure with anything of a tacky layer. So you can actually just apply like your chrome onto the straight black. It's just fab. But anyway, so I'm going in with like a crystal picker for this one. Okay, so there's actually plenty of pieces like just in the lid and stuff like that for this sort of design, so I'm just going to use those. So I'm just going in with my crystal picker and basically just picking up little bits of glitter. And make sure you do wipe off your, like, whatever you're using to apply it, because it is going to get like the black stuck to it, because obviously the black underneath is wet, so it is going to be super easy to pick it up like and get it on there. So you don't want to be putting your black like on top of the glitter. So I'm not doing this in any particular way, like I am just literally putting little dots of the glitter wherever I want it. You can do this in any sort of like pattern or anything like that. You could create an actual pattern with it, like you could do like a love heart, or you know, just put it in an actual like order to create a design. I am just literally dropping them on just for the sake of showing you like the method. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm not really bothered about making it like fancy designs and stuff. It's just the application that I want you to know about. So literally just applying those anywhere. You can get different sizes of glitter as well. Like this is a really good one to do with chunky glitter, because you are literally placing it exactly where you want it, so you have a lot of control, which is always good with chunky glitters because they can be a bit of a nightmare. So again, I'm just cleaning off the end of the picker-upper every now and then just to make sure that it is nice and clean. Just going to push that on a bit further. You can use different sizes, you can put them wherever you want. It's really, really versatile, this sort of design. So I'm not going to go too overboard because I think you get the idea of literally just like poking glitter onto a nail. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is to do this sort of method. So just wet coat of your colour. And I'm just going to leave it there because I'm getting way ahead of myself now. So just a wet coat of the colour, and then I'm going to pop this into the lamp, and then all we need to do is top coat. So I'm going to pop this one in, and then we'll take out the last two, like this one and the one before this. Then we can top coat them both and see all three. Okay, so that's those two out of the lamp. So all I'm going to do now is just apply my top coat. I'm not going to be buffing the middle nail because it is really smooth anyway. Obviously, I'd need to file, like if it was on a client, I'd file the side walls and the free edge. But other than that, it's usually good to go. I usually only really use this middle technique when doing a glitter fade. It makes glitter fades much, much easier. And I do like it for that method, so that's when I'd recommend to do that. If I wanted full coverage, I'd do this method here. If I want a glitter fade, I'd do the middle method. And then obviously if I want a design like this last nail, or like I said, like actually making it into a design of some sort, I would use this method because you've got much more control over the glitter and where it's placed and stuff, so it's perfect. But yeah, that is all for this video. I really hope it was helpful in some way. I have got another video on my channel of how to apply glitter already. I did 5 methods on that one. It was applying like fine and chunky glitters. Well, obviously this one I've just used a medium one, just see the difference. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.